Yo guys, what is good? It's your favorite Supreme Leader, Cameron. And I'm giving you guys a remake of the best finishing badges in NBA 2K20 because the video got so many views. And low-key, at the time, I didn't get it, right? You guys said my voice was annoying, guys. I was like, you know what? I edited my voice to be godsend. But rewatching that video now, I had the loudness turned all the way up. I edited out every single break in my breath so that it sounded like I was talking with the laptop in my back pocket. You guys know what I'm talking about. Shout out to you. But you know, I have some weird philosophies. If I just overpowered everyone and just had like no breaks, then no one would click off the video. But looking back at that now, my voice was just so insanely annoying. So we're remaking it. Plus, there's been a few changes to the best badges as the game goes on. So we're gonna do it in a similar style. We're gonna start off by ranking all the badges. So obviously, tier 1 contact finisher. That's a tier 1 badge, okay? It's that simple. Fancy footwork, another tier 1 badge. Helps you do hop steps and everything. Bro, hop steps are so insanely overpowered. Fancy footwork's a tier 1 badge. Giant Slayer, another tier 1 badge. Allows you to dunk on your centers. Relentless Finisher, another tier 1 badge. Now this is for slashers. We're gonna get into centers in a second or whatever. And then we could throw in Slithery Finisher, Pro Touch, and Consistent Finisher as like tier 1.5. I don't think they're quite on the same level as Giant Slayer and Relentless Finisher, but I don't want to have like 100 different tiers. So we're putting Consistent Finisher, Pro Touch, and Slithery Finisher all in tier 1.5 as really good badges, just not as good as these three. Now, if you can't dunk, take away these, and these are your tier 1 badges. If you can't get contact dunks, these are probably your tier 1 badges, and then probably as well as contact finisher and maybe relentless, but like not as high. So now moving on to our tier 2 badges, we've got acrobat. It doesn't really do too much, but it does give you a good boost. Lob City Finisher, another tier 2 badge. Being able to finish lobs. Lobs is so insanely overpowered, you don't really need it, but when you do have Lob City Finisher, it's just like insanely overpowered. Then we got Showtime, boost teammates takeover meters after completing a highlight. This is another badge. It's probably like tier 2.5. I don't really know. It's better than the tier 3 badges. Tier 3 is like completely useless badges. It's better than them. It's not quite acrobat, Lob City Finisher. I don't know. I like to have it on bronze, to be honest. Cross Key Scorer is another good tier 2 badge. Again, it doesn't really activate too much stuff. Like I'm never putting Cross Key Scorer on, but I can recognize it's a decent badge. And then the complete trash badges, you got Teardropper. I mean, who's using Teardroppers this year? Like no one's putting up floaters this year. You don't need it. All these badges I'm putting on gold, they're center badges. I'm not even counting these. Putback Boss, another pretty useless badge, but it's kind of more of a center badge, to be honest. It's not that bad if you're a center. But yeah, Teardropper and Fast Break Finisher are probably the two most useless badges. I mean, why would I just want Fast Break Finisher? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, it gives you more takeover, but like, why would I want that? Like, out of all the other badges, why would I want to get takeover a little bit faster? It's one of those badges that sometimes you throw on bronze, like if you're getting a lot of fast breaks, but yeah, it ain't all that. And now for the centers, we got our tier 1 center badges: Back Down Punisher, Drop Step, Pick and Roller, and Putback Boss, and then Contact Finisher as well. If you're a center, try get these badges probably in the order of Contact Finisher, Drop Stepper, Pick and Roll. Oh, actually, depends what you're doing a lot of. Probably if you're more focused on the post, then obviously get those two badges right here. Back Down. Get Contact Finisher first if you're a center, okay? That's a must. And then Back Down Punisher and Drop Stepper if you're more of a post-up player. But then if you're more of like a athletic finisher kind of thing, or a glass cleaner or something, I'd probably go for Pick and Roller and then Putback Boss Hall of Fame. So yeah, and then the others kind of depends. And then the other like trash center badge is really deep hooks. I mean, it can be OP, don't get me wrong. If you have a high hooks and you get deep hooks, it can be insanely overpowered, but it ain't all that unless you got that good hooks. So now we're gonna go over some possibilities of like which kind of badges you want to get. So I'm gonna say if you're a guard, if you're like a non-slashing guard and you can't get the Hall of Fame badges, you don't get contact dunks. This is how I'd upgrade my player. I'd go Fancy Footwork maxed, or probably, yeah, Fancy Footwork maxed or near max, depending on how many badges you got. And then go Pro Touch as high as you can get it and consistent finisher. I put pro touch and consistent finisher equal. And if you only got like 6 badges, I put fancy footwork on silver as well. So I just have like all 3 of these pretty equal. And then if you got some other badges, you probably go like showtime. It gives you a little bit more takeover after completing a highlight play. That's kind of cool. And then you got slithery finisher as well. They're the badges I'd focus on if you're not really a slasher. Now, if you are a slasher, you got 30 to 20 badges. Okay, this is how I'm upgrading you. Contact finisher, Hall of Fame, must. Relentless finisher, Hall of Fame, must. Giant Slayer, Hall of Fame, must. That's 12 badges. They're badges you need. I go fancy footwork silver if you're between 6'10 and 6'8. I would go, if you're between 6'8 and 6'6, I would go gold. And if you're below 6'6, I'd probably try go Hall of Fame. And then I'd go gold consistent finisher or Hall of Fame if you can go for it, if you've got enough badges. And then Hall of Fame or gold pro touch as well. Again, I keep these 2 equal, consistent finisher and pro touch. I would always try keep them equal. But let's say we got 30 badges. We're going for maxed out. And then I'd probably chuck the rest on like some more rogue badges, some more situational type badges. I'd probably go Lob City finisher silver, probably Showtime silver, and slithery finisher silver. I know a lot of people do like slithery finisher a lot higher, but to be honest, I'd rather have it on silver and have some other badges. If you know you're just playing with randoms and they're not throwing you lobs, take off that Lob City finisher and go finisher Hall of Fame. If you got slithery finisher Hall of Fame, you just be dunking more people, finishing easier. But if you're playing with teammates and you never know if you're gonna get the lob or whatever, keep that Lob City on silver. You don't get some crazy alley-oops, trust me. Showtime, it's a nice badge to have just because it gives all your team a little bit more takeover for every highlight play you get. Nice little considerate badge that's gonna help out your team a little more. And then, as I already said, if you're a big man, max out your contact finisher, then go over. If you're a post scorer, max out your back down punisher and drop stepper equally. But if you're more of a glass cleaner, upgrade your pick and roller and your putback boss. And then after you finish getting either your post-up badges or your pick and roll, these badges, those 4 badges really just depend how you're playing. And if you're more of a post-up guy and you're really wanting to look to abuse that hook, you could go deep hooks as well. But then after I get those badges, I'd start looking at relentless finisher, pro touch, and probably consistent finisher. Those 4 badges are going to help you out a lot. And then if you got 30 badges, again, if you're like a pure athletic finisher or something, going strong in the paint, you may as well put on that Showtime up there as much as you can. So if I was like a pure athletic finisher, this is probably how I would do it. Probably go Hall of Fame drop stepper, Hall of Fame pick and roller. And then I'd probably put, I don't really use the deep hooks that much, so I'd probably just put deep hooks on bronze. And then the Showtime on bronze, just so you know, if I do want to throw up a deep hook or whatever, then you know that just having a badge on bronze does make a huge difference. So bro, if you have a sender with all these badges, you're going to be dunking on everyone, you're going to be finishing everything. It's going to be a bailout, trust me. But either way guys, that's the remake of the video. Obviously here I'm bringing you a bit more updated information. I'm not talking like, yo guys, please go. So if you guys did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It's also a lot shorter than the original video. I don't know how I got the original video to 20 minutes long. Yo, but shout out to your 1,000 people that liked that video. I don't know how you guys liked it. It's crazy that it does. At one point it had more dislikes than it had likes. But it's insane. I don't know how you guys listened to it. Coming back, I would have had to listen to that on mute, no cap. But yeah, so that's the remake of that video. As I said, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and bring you more bangers soon. So I'm out.